Research Mapping Summative by Kylie Han. Choosing a question. Number 1, how does having a pet impact the lifespan of older humans? Number 2, how does living in a city impact the way your personality is formed? Number 3, how does the perception of taking steroids affect the image of an athlete? I made question number one, because I was interested in how having a dog or a pet could increase the lifespan of older humans, and I made the question number 3 because I was interested in sports, and number 2, I made this because I've heard like people in the city are kind of rude, but I didn't choose number 2 and 3 because they didn't have enough research about it, and number 3, the answer is kind of obvious. And the stakeholders of my question are the older humans who have pets, and the potential impact of this research is that it could lead to a solution to increase the lifespan of older humans. And the sources required to perform this research is like doctors' analysis, surveys of opinions of older people, and data of who live longer between non-owners of pets and owners of pets. Making of the research map. So the main question was, how does having a pet impact the lifespan of older humans? So having a pet could prevent loneliness and isolation, since older people are more vulnerable to loneliness and isolation, and this could lead to increase of the lifespan of older people. And also, it could also help people would buy more dogs, and it could profit the animal shelters and boost the economy, and there will be less abandonment of dogs. Having a pet also gives older people a sense of responsibility and emotional interactions, and the dogs can replace those who don't have grandchildren or families around them. And and having a dog could motivate them to live longer and give them hope, and it increases the lifespan of older people. And having old people might have conditions, and while having a service dog, it could also offer more jobs for people who train dogs. For my edited research map, I removed this one since I thought it didn't really connect with my question. So instead, I put promoting greater rates of physical activity, which might relate to taking walks, and it could also improve your cardiovascular health. And instead of pet, I put dog because it needed to be more detailed and specific, and yeah. My problem statement is the lifespan of older people can be increased by having less stress, being motivated, and having a sense of responsibility. This could all be done by having a dog. Elderly people tend to be more vulnerable to isolation and loneliness, which means this could help get rid of this, and the adoption of dogs and abandonment would decrease. Inquiry validity. Number 1, is my question clear and coherent? My question, how does having a dog impact the lifespan of older humans, is coherent since it talks about a certain age group, what affects that age group, and how it affects it. So the age group in the older group is the older group, and the dogs are what affects them, and what the impact is the lifespan of older people. Number 2, is the question interesting? Yes, and it also prompts further thinking, such as not only thinking about the older people, but what also could happen and impact the dogs too. Number 3, is the question impactful? Yes, because my research question is about expanding the life of a human, which most people care about, so they would take action on it. Number 4, is it feasible? Yes, it would be feasible in terms of resources and timeframes. In the time frame we're living in, we have lots of dogs that are looking for a home, and there is proof and data that elderly people who have a dog live longer than those without a dog. Further research, psychology and helpfulness of a dog. Dogs prevent loneliness, and dogs can be very good listeners, and they can also reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, and encourage exercise and improve your cardiovascular health. sources and data that helped me support how dogs increase the lifespan of elderly people is by Carolyn K. Kramer. She found that having a dog was associated with a 24% risk reduction for all-cause mortality compared to people not owning a dog. Thank you.